You meet someone new. Within days, they say you're different from anyone they've ever met. They message you morning, noon, and night. They tell you they've never felt this connection before. They say things like, "I feel like I've known you forever," and "You're perfect for me." It feels exciting, almost unreal. You feel chosen, special. But a few weeks later, the attention slows. The compliments fade. The warmth disappears. You're left confused, wondering what you did wrong. You try harder to win back the version of them you met at the start. Without realizing it, you've entered a powerful psychological trap: love bombing. This behavior shows up in dating, friendships, and workplaces. And once you understand how it works, you start seeing it everywhere. It begins with intense validation. To understand why, imagine a normal situation. You meet someone, show interest, and the connection grows slowly. This feels natural. Now imagine the opposite. Within days, someone showers you with attention, constant messages, compliments, and plans for the future. They say they cannot stop thinking about you, that you understand them better than anyone else. The speed creates excitement. Your brain interprets this intensity as proof of a deep connection. But under the surface, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical involved in gambling and addiction. Every message becomes a small reward. Every compliment a signal that you are special. Your brain associates this person with emotional reward. The faster the rewards arrive, the stronger the association becomes, creating emotional momentum. This is why love bombing feels so powerful. Before you can evaluate the relationship, your brain already feels invested. Love bombing creates a sudden surge of validation. Humans crave validation. From childhood, we learn that approval equals safety. So when someone delivers intense approval quickly, the brain treats it as valuable. It feels like acceptance, connection, and recognition. When those feelings arrive in huge amounts, your brain attaches quickly. Healthy relationships build trust slowly through consistent behavior. But love bombing skips this stage, accelerating emotional intimacy. You share personal stories quickly, feeling emotionally exposed. This creates an illusion of closeness, making you protective of the relationship, even when warning signs appear. You ignore red flags. You rationalize strange behavior. Because losing the connection now feels painful. The brain already invested. The first few weeks feel electric. You talk constantly. You feel understood. You imagine a future together. But intensity does not always equal compatibility. Sometimes it equals strategy. And this is where love bombing turns dark. Because in many cases, the attention is not the goal. Control is. Once the emotional bond forms, the dynamic changes. The compliments slow down, and the attention becomes inconsistent. This creates confusion. You start chasing the version of them you met at the beginning, believing that person still exists. So you try to earn it back. This is where the psychology becomes dangerous. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. Rewards appear randomly. Sometimes you receive attention, sometimes you do not. Casinos use the same principle. Players never know when the next win will happen, so the brain keeps chasing the reward. That uncertainty keeps people pulling the lever. Love bombing often creates the same cycle. At first, the affection feels endless, but later it becomes occasional. Those brief moments of affection feel even more powerful, reminding you of the beginning. And the brain starts chasing that original feeling. You start analyzing everything. Did I say something wrong? the focus shifts. Instead of evaluating the relationship, you start trying to repair it. Your energy goes toward regaining approval, and that approval becomes the reward. Love bombing is common in relationships with narcissistic personalities because they rely on admiration and control. Intense early attention creates fast attachment, making control easier. But it doesn't always look obvious. Constant gifts, grand romantic gestures, and promises about the future, like moving in after only weeks. These words feel romantic, but timing matters. When deep promises appear before genuine trust forms, something unusual is happening. Love bombing also appears inside groups. Some organizations use this tactic. When someone joins, they receive huge attention, constant praise, and immediate belonging. People tell them they are special, important, and chosen. This creates rapid emotional attachment to the group, making it difficult to leave. Cults and high-control groups have used this strategy for decades. They understand a simple truth: overwhelm someone with approval, and they will bond quickly. Sometimes people get excited and move quickly because emotions feel genuine. The difference is what happens over time. Healthy interest remains consistent and grows naturally. It does not disappear suddenly. That withdrawal creates emotional imbalance, and imbalance creates control. Once you understand this pattern, you start recognizing it early. You notice when compliments feel excessive or promises appear too quickly, and you realize something important. Real connection does not need to rush. Genuine interest does not need to overwhelm. Healthy relationships build slowly. They feel stable, predictable, safe, bright at the start, but unstable underneath. Love bombing works because it activates something deeply human, the desire to feel valued, seen, chosen. And that's why the tactic is so effective. Once you understand the psychology, the illusion is easier to spot. Real connection grows through time and trust, not overwhelming intensity. So, when someone offers too much affection too quickly, ask yourself, are they building a relationship or building control?